welcome back to my channel. Hit that subscribe. First things first. Welcome. And if you don't like me, you can unsubscribe. But I want you to hit the subscribe first to actually get notifications to see how open-minded I am and how many things we talk about. But anyway, let's hop right into the reaction. Token liberal rages over Jimmy Kimmel being canceled even though he wasn't. Okay. Let's get it. Let's go.
Token liberal here, but I'll try.
I'm glad at least one showed up. I appreciate it.
I give Michael Knowles his credit. He's a conservative debater, but he's definitely somebody like I think he's very calm and very respectful within how he talks to people that he has differences against. He's somebody I would love to debate and talk to because I just want to talk to him as a human because I think he's a decent human. I do. I like Michael Knowles. I really do.
I'll try my best to play that role. So, the administration, the current administration, has engaged in lawfare, cancel culture, and ideological purity tests, and a lot of things that they've blamed the left for doing. I can give many examples, like Jimmy Kimmel's show being canceled. Luckily, it's coming back, but you know that's how. I
guess he wasn't canceled, was he?
And this is pretty annoying too. Yeah, right. He just said that out loud. This is pretty annoying too. If you're on the left and you're canceling a lot of people, you better expect the same. What's wrong with them doing it back? Oh, you guys are being hypocrites now. You're bringing up how they're bringing it up because they know it's unconstitutional for you to do it. People should be able to say whatever they want. However, though, there is consequences, but I think it's weird when they make that argument back to them. Like, well, why are you guys canceling us? Because you guys are canceling us first. So now we're doing what you do. We're going to play your game. Like, we're not just going to keep getting canceled and you guys get away free with saying whatever you want. Like, no, like we're going to play the same game you want to play until both of us drop this shit. I've never understood that argument back to the right.
I think you've kind of undercut your own premise.
Thanks.
It kind of affects the whole media landscape. So Trump trying to fire the member of the Federal Reserve Board by coming up with charges that aren't even being held up in court.
Are they? You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, do you know this?
RFK Jr. Just one more example. RFK Jr. firing anyone who disagrees with him on vaccines, firing a 17-member scientific board just because he wants more discussion. You know,
what I'm trying to figure out
argument. So my question is, do you agree with these?
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is...
Okay. Might have to look into that.
Sorry, do you disagree with these actions, or do you believe that these means justify the ends of the America that you want to happen?
I think I'd want a little more clarity on the premise, because just to use your first example, you said that the Trump administration is engaging in cancel culture and the suppression of free speech because the administration got Jimmy Kimmel canceled. First of all, that isn't true. The affiliates got Jimmy Kimmel canceled because he made egregious lies about the murder of Charlie Kirk based on nothing, on public airwaves that have to be licensed from the federal government in accordance with the FCC, which exists to regulate broadcast networks. And
it really said things like that. The issue is that like 12 hours before he was fired, the FCC head went and said, "Oh, we're going to try to do things they're not going to like. They better change their conduct."
Right.
They didn't have,
they
didn't have legal measures. All they had was this threat. And using threats to silence opposition, like if they have a case, if they have a law, if they have a regulation, go for it. There's no regulation. They're just trying to scare him. And that's scary to me.
But the problem is, even if that were true, and I'm disputing that claim, but even if it were true that Jimmy Kimmel were fired because the FCC pressured him, he's not fired. His show is back on the air. So that example, I think, totally undercuts the point you're trying to make. When you say that Bobby Kennedy, as the Secretary of Health and Human Services, has changed out some of the personnel, yeah, that's what elections do. That's the whole point, is you elect people, and then the president appoints cabinet secretaries, and they replace them with the people that they want in the cabinet. So that's all the prerogative of the president. None of this is out of the ordinary. Every kind of administration would do it.
Sorry, to say that it didn't happen, I don't want to bring like a different Trump attempted assassination. Sure, I know it's a bad example right now, but sure, that was unsuccessful, just like firing Jimmy Kimmel was unsuccessful, but you know, it affects our entire culture, our entire landscape. You can't just ignore, say, it never happened, and it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know that that's the most apt comparison. It would be entirely within the rights and actually the very purpose of the FCC to regulate the broadcast networks, and it's generally frowned upon to murder presidential candidates.
For sure.
So I don't see the equivalence.
Michael Knowles is a very skilled debater, a very skilled conversational person. I would love to talk to him because I'm like in the middle, man. I'm not on the right or on the left. I agree with premises on the right, premises on the left. But I know, like, some people, like, Michael Knowles is one of the people that, like, probably could convince me in some ways to believe certain things. Like, I mean, his abortion debates are incredible. They're fucking incredible. Like, he's one of the best people I've ever seen debate, like, when it comes to abortion, what his points on it. Like, even, like, the fact that I've, like, fact-checked him. Like, a lot of people, when you fact-check, some of them be making up shit, but he has some truth. Like, he's telling truths, like, in his debates. He's not spewing just a bunch of rhetoric. Like, but...
He said it's misinformation. Like, conservatives using misinformation to try to go after political opponents.
There's no.
But does the ends justify the means? Just because
when you say the end,
you do it.
And I want to make sure that's clear. Both sides do that shit. It's on us as the audience to fact check what we're hearing. We need to stop all this left and right shit and really just listen. Like, what is this person saying? And is this person saying the truth? And if it's not true, what was the direction they were trying to get us all to go? War? Fight? Like, we need to all have that kind of premise. Like, that's why I'm telling y'all gotta push me to be big, man, because I would challenge both the right and the left. Like, I want an audience that challenges both of that shit. I don't want nobody who's just far right, far left. I want somebody to challenge what the fuck is being said, so we know, is this truth or is it not? Period.
And you're asking me if the ends justify the means. You're suggesting there's a kind of hypocrisy here. There's no hypocrisy to the FCC regulating broadcast networks. That's the point. There's no hypocrisy to the Secretary of Health and Human Services changing out his staff. That's what he does.
They have never done this. They have never done this.
Yes, they have. Cabinet secretaries change out their staff all the time.
To remove major broadcasters. I want to have
the FCC has this. The FCC has the statutory authority and responsibility to regulate the networks.
They do.
Including in cases of inciting public harm. And, by the way, there's no right of a news network to affiliate stations. And there's no right of a news network or a comedy network, so-called, to lie, to tell egregious lies on public airwaves. If Jimmy Kimmel wants to do that on a podcast, he might get better ratings than he does on his network television show, which is in the doldrums, but he has no right to do it on public airwaves. And there's no hypocrisy. There's no double standard.
The silencing people for saying lies. What is a lie? What is truth? You know?
A lie is the opposite of the truth. And what is truth is what Pontius Pilate asked to Christ before he sentenced him to the cross. It's the line of a cynic that surrenders his reason.
He never said anything untrue. He was quoting the governor of Utah who said this person didn't come.
Jimmy Kimmel never said anything untrue?
From a different country.
Jimmy Kimmel never said anything. Jimmy Kimmel said that the shooter was a MAGA Republican, and that's a lie. There's no evidence.
One of us, and he quoted that every Republicans. Look, we can debate on what.
We don't have to debate. It's a lie. It's an obvious and egregious lie. We don't need to pretend that this is complicated at all. The shooter was a radical left-wing activist who inscribed Antifa slogans on the bullets and was dating a trans furry boyfriend. I don't think he voted for Trump. Kimmel lied. The audience turned on him. The affiliates turned on him.
But there's a truth in this that he's not even saying either. He came from a conservative white family. He came from a conservative MAGA family. So his family supported Trump. He just didn't. Well, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if he just didn't either. I want to see if that can be fact checked too. And overall, the man died. It doesn't even matter. The man died. He shouldn't have to lose his life over an opinion. Shouldn't have to lose his life over opinions. Period. Like, so I don't even know if I want to fact check that because I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with disrespecting Charlie now that he's gone. Like, I don't know, but that's just me. That's more my morality in this all. But however, I want to fact check that, the shooter. I do want to fact check the shooter to see like what it really was about.
He deserves to lose his job. I'm frankly disappointed that he's getting his job again, but I'm confident even fewer people will watch it this time.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm glad you understand my point.
What are you saying then? I guess I don't understand.
I'm like engaging with my point. I thought the whole point of this was not.
I thought you just said that Jimmy Kimmel didn't lie. Isn't that what you said? I think that's what you said.
Jimmy Kimmel didn't. Oh. First off, okay. Even if we're not going to go on like every single word and analyze it, but if we're going to put people off the air for lying, that is a dangerous place to be in. That is a dangerous.
I don't know. I just think that's what public airways do. We already have the right to do it. We should do it.
Something is true because right now.
Well, if he lied, why is he getting his show back though? I got that question too. So I don't know. If he lied, why is he getting his show back?
I think
no, it's a citing.
I think I can get to the heart. I think I can get to the heart of the point that you might be endeavoring to make, which is you're asking how can we discern the difference between truth and lies? Who's to say what is fit for the public airwaves and what is not fit? Right. Who's to say what is true? And I guess my answer to that, and the traditional American answer to that, is someone's going to say that. You and I can say that. We have a representative government. In principle, we have a self-government. And so we must have confidence in our reason, our ability to discern the difference between truth and falsehood, right and wrong. If we surrender that ability out of moral relativism, out of a squishy kind of cowardice, out of a lack of confidence in ourselves, then what we are doing is surrendering self-government and the entire American project. Many people would like to do that. I'm not willing to do that. I think we can tell the difference between right and wrong, truth and lies. We should promote the truth, we should suppress the lies, and we should have a good country.
Well, we shouldn't surrender that to the government. We shouldn't have the.
I thought we had a self-government.
What is true and what is not true?
We necessarily do that by having a judiciary, for instance. We necessarily do that by having legislators who are making moral judgments. When we say that we have a self-government, then what we're saying is that the government in some way is reflecting our view of things, and it comes from our reason.
We also have, we have a judiciary and a Congress, not just the president.
In a what? I don't know, I didn't catch the end of that. Okay. I think the point has been made.
I think that he, I don't know, but that's why I said, listen to what Michael Knowles just said. Michael Knowles is a very intelligent, skilled debater. I like how he articulates his words. I like that guy, I really do, and I would love to have a debate with him. I disagree on certain things.
Website you love.
Oh, that scared the hell out of me. But I disagree with him on certain things. But definitely, I would love to have the conversation for sure. Definitely, you guys. That was a great video, man. Even towards the end, he tried to understand his perspective. That's what we need in America. We need conversation where we're just trying to understand each other's perspective. We just disagree because most of the things that we're disagreeing on, guys, are philosophical. They're philosophical. There's no right or wrong answer to any of this stuff. You know, it's just what we feel like is best as humans. You know. Anyways, though, somebody may argue with me on that, but that's just how I feel about it. But anyways, though, I'm out. Peace.